my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you for the love and support. You are working so hard on not giving up on the things you truly are trying to work into, reality, the things you're manifesting. And trust and believe, if you are going consistently and you're staying on your grind, it's almost there. Do not give up. Just hold on a little while longer. Okay, you got it. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when your girl's about to upload her next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback, the content of my video, or you're just tell me about your empathic gift and how it impacts your life and heading you towards a positive direction. Also, if you feel like the videos are very informative to you, uplift you, or inspire you, or informing you in some kind of special way that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times and need spiritual guidance, or just need confirmation or validation towards life path, or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. And while you're at it, give me a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites, wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. It's all greatly appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And today I've been picking, y'all, I always say I'm picking out really good, meditation songs. And a lot of people has been giving me props about that. So I'm glad that you're enjoying the meditations that I pick. I always make sure I put the links down there, so you can go towards their channel and use them, because there's a lot of the ones I've been picking that we're all trying to break from. Anything that's negativity that there's negativity, anything that's negative, you're trying so hard to work on. I try to make sure that I pick a lot of different meditations that we all can resonate with. So this one is lean to having faith in all as well. Subliminal messages, binaural beat meditation. I'll post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is Twin Flame 101. Heyoka, you can either be a hero or a villain to your own story. I heard that off of Ralph Smart when he was talking about the Joker movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and I still need to go watch that. He was really, really getting on to it about how, he was being, abused when he was younger. So instead of, he was doing certain things as a coping mechanism to deal with his pain. Now, a lot of us do that, and it's just like you have so many things that's going on with your life. When I first started my spiritual awakening, I think I was in, honestly, I went through a lot, and I was, in rare form of I didn't even know what actually was transpiring in my life. But if I look at it now, it was going through dark night of the storm, dark night of the storm, and the soul, victimized. I was trying not to be victim, but I felt like a victim at that time. I ain't even gonna lie, I ain't got no reason to. Anything anybody would listen to, I would just let them know these are the things I went through, because it was like I couldn't believe it. It's like the more I said it, the more I was like, did this really happen to me? This really transpired in my life, and I was just so hurt, and I know that universe and God had me on a mission. I didn't understand what my mission was. I just remember just making my videos, and it's like, if you've been with me for a long time, I know a lot of people, there's a few people that's been with me since I first started my A1 since day one, and they're like, Roslynn, you have changed so much, and it was just like, it takes a lot to have to come out and tell people what you've been through just because of who you're related to. And it wasn't about to brag or boast about anything, because there's a lot of people that are very sensitive about my dad. And I understand that if she was my dad. So it's just like a lot of people didn't want to care to hear it, or they didn't want to believe it, or, they said really unsensitive things to me. And it was just like, it was very hurtful. But it was like throughout those moments of going through those dark times, your story is your story. Your journey is your journey. Your experience is your experiences. Nobody can tell you about your experiences but you. People can assume stuff all the time, but it's all about how you go about your life experience. You can keep focused on all the negative things that's went on in your life and what has transpired, or you can focus on the things that has went into your life and allow yourself to use that as a learning process to be able to know it elevated you in some kind of way. But like I said before, it took me a long time to not want to place my hands on people that altered my life the way they wanted to. It was just like so many different ways. It's like, going under hypnosis because of having really bad night terrors. I mean, I really went through it. It was like, if anybody's ever had night terrors, it was like night terrors where, I'm just like clawing at my throat. It was just all these different things that's transpired in my life. And then going to see the movie Get Out, there was a lot of things that, after my dad passed away, I knew there was stuff that I was not putting my finger on. I knew there was something missing. I knew there was something I knew, but I forgot, because even it was like people that I was close to was like that key. It was like I even talked to a famous, I'm not gonna put them out there like that, but it's because of privacy purposes, they were known for helping reunite people. And they were asking me questions, as well as my dad's lawyers that controlled the estate. It was asking me a lot. So it was like a lot of stuff was being triggered to remember. And it was just like, I was glad, even though they didn't, they were being deceitful about stuff. I was glad that they were able to help me jog the things that, it was pushed back. Either I suppressed it because of the trauma, or it was because I went through that hypnosis when I was 13. It was either 13 or 14 years old. And it was a lot, because it's like when this came along, it was already enough grief and a total shock. I always knew that, me and him had some kind of connection. Why, it's just like I said, when I talked to my dad the first few times, when I was 5 years old, he told me he was just best friends with him. And they all, they were in a band together. That's all I knew, is my Uncle Rogers was, Princess A Spoon Coon. And, it was just like, I used to tell my mom, why every time I talk to Uncle Roger, after I get out the phone, I just see a vision or image of Prince. Why do I just keep feeling that way? And she's like, did he tell you something? Because he already know, if he would have told me downright who he was, he wouldn't be able to talk to me anymore. So he always had to tell me he was, my uncle, a long distance friend that, he, last time he seen me was when I was a baby. So it was like, my dad would be trying to ask me. I know you want to ask me something, because it was going in my head, and he knew that. And I was just like, no, I don't. And he's like, go ahead, ask me. Then they can't say he told me. He wanted me to ask, because he was like, if she asked me, I'm not gonna lie. And they will always just make sure they were there. My family would be there. When I talked to him, to make sure I didn't say something, or something wasn't being said to me, because my mom's ex-husband kept coming around every 5 seconds. Hey, did he say something to you? And he be going off in the background, like, dang, let me talk to her or whatever, because he didn't like that to happen. I'm like, look, there ain't nothing being said. He's okay. Can you stop? Can I have this conversation, please? And it was just weird, but when I can really look back at everything, it allowed me to be able to see my tragedy as a blessing. It's hard to see, the bad things happen to you as a blessing in disguise. It's all about how you're healing, how you're dealing, how you're focusing, how you're letting go, the techniques you're using. Are you being therapeutic, or you're doing harmful things to yourself? I will always quick to be running from my problems instead of facing them, solving them, and to the point they accumulated so much, it made me feel like I was going to explode. I was very volatile towards myself, as well as my surroundings. I would snap like crazy, fighting everybody, and it was just like, now I can look at it, and there's times I have sadness at times, but I tell the universe, you got me in this human form. This is how humans act. I'm trying not to be that way, but then I can really see that I've came a long way. It takes a lot of strength and courage to put yourself out there like that, for you to be judged, for you to be, opinionated, or, people being, you have to be open towards all those things. And it's just, the fact is, I'm glad, just even with the negative comments I've had, it was a healing mechanism for me, being able to take the good as well as the bad, people understanding, okay, yes, she is telling the truth. Or there was people sitting up here saying, well, I don't believe her, this and this and that, looks are deceiving. I was like, okay, whatever. I just didn't have time for it, because this was my life. I could have been a villain towards my life. There's so many people you hear out in the news, or you hear out on YouTube how they done killed their family, with less things that, because they weren't able to play a video game. I'm like, are you serious? You killed your family over a video game? Hell, mine lied to me and then used me for their cash cow. Now that I can understand, but then I still didn't do that. Being able to heal, and being able to say, what, these people, even though they hurt me and broke me down in each way possible, it allowed me me to build myself up. Like when I tell y'all, when you have dreams about being in these houses you never been in, or it's a house that you might not remember from this life, but it was from a past life. Your life, that house represents you. Like my dad, he took me hand in hand and opened these swinging doors and saying, you can decorate this any type of way you want to. It's allowing you, when you have been altered in so many different ways, the world will, alter you in your liking, the way they want to see you, they want you to do. And then when you go that spiritual awakening, it's allowing you to awaken your spirit, allowing you to waken up the gifts that's been laying dormant for so long. That's why I tell you, we all signed up for this stuff, but they didn't tell you in the fine print. We were like, oh, okay, we're going to do right for our country. We're going to do our mission for mankind. And they didn't tell you they're going to sit up here and shut all them gifts off, or shut all your memories off, shut all your powers off, for you to be like walking around blind in everything, because you had to be triggered, you had to be abused, you had to be traumatized, you had to go through this, that, and the third, for you to be able to understand, oh, you can defeat all this. This is just a mirage. This is just an illusion. People are all playing their little parts. You're like Jet Li in the one, playing all these daggone different alter egos and stuff like that. Being able to understand, it's like certain things will be a snippet to you. You can be worried about one thing, but deep down inside, you're like, I got what it takes to get over. These people don't have power over me. These people can't do anything if I don't allow them to. If it's meant for these to happen, I'm protected. I had to go through this to be able to be that example, to show the narcissistic people that they can overcome their problems too, if they just give themselves a chance. We're that one, even though we go through all hell and high water about 10, 20 times, got freaking flyer miles to hell. You done been there to the point where devils even got a code for you not to get in. You're like, no, hell no, they can't come back. They more worse than me. And this is my stuff. They got restraining orders against you because you've been there so many times. And it's like, God, you don't try to take your life and stuff like that. God, like, now, we ain't ready for you yet. Go back down there. You still got some stuff to do. We'll call you when we're ready. We'll take you when you're ready. But you can allow your pain, your trauma to eat you up, and you become the biggest a-hole that you can possibly be towards any and everybody, feeling like you're a victim towards everything. Or you can allow yourself to be the hero of your story. Allow yourself to be uplifting. Allow yourself to be placed as an example for other people to look at their life and see how blessed it is. Even though they might be living in certain situations that you don't want to be in. But, a lot of times we feel like, I even felt that way, stagnant. But it was like my psyche is what kept me boxed in to a place I didn't want to be. But I'm allowing myself to be transparent and open, to say, even though I'm in a dark situation that I truly don't want to be in, I'm ready to go. But this situation is allowing me to learn. We a lot of times we fail to understand. We feel like we're in a situation where we have to change the outcome. You can't control things. I used to always try to control the outcome of everything, try to control about how things go wrong around me. But I had to be able to go with the flow, stop forcing everything. If it's meant to happen for you, you ain't got to force it. You ain't got to manipulate it. You ain't got to lie to get it. You ain't got to do this. Let it flow. It's just like I hate it when people say they love you and then put you in a damn cage, or they want to love you with limitations. Oh, I love you, but I don't want you to do better than me. Or I love you if you stay mediocre, or I love you if you don't show that you're strong. When people love you without any kind of hidden intentions, or they want you open in your life, but they love you. But if it's a relationship you truly want, like if you're in a twin flame relationship, a lot of times we connect, and then next they're out in their venture, healing and learning lessons and being able to grow and improve and not be needy of the person you're really trying to be with, not feeling like you're separated, because actually we're not. You're that person is you. Y'all both are living off of the same soul, but in separate identities, separate people. You're mirroring each other. I have to always constantly tell myself, my dad's passed on, we're still together regardless. I can talk to him anytime I want. I can dream, I wish I could dream about him every day. But, it comes off, it's just weird. But, everything has a reason for happening the way it does. It may not make all perfect sense to you right now, but you can allow yourself to look at everything in a negative way and be stuck in a situation you sure enough don't want to be in, and it's ran its course, and you're getting so many synchronicities and so many signs for you to say, let go, allow yourself to love without all misunderstanding, being able to forgive and let go and let nature take its course. When you allow yourself not to be focused on things that has transpired in your life to where people have burdened you with a lot of hurt, allow yourself to understand that you're living your life of healing, learning lessons through the bad decisions you made, or learning from the experiences from other people, or being grateful for the people that were there for you, being grateful to people that hurt you, because you're all learning off of each other. Allowing yourself to stay focused and say, I will, and I will rise off of these dark situations. I will allow myself to know you can't keep me in a place I don't want to be. My mind can do that, but you can't physically do that. People try to keep you in a prison as long as they can. When they see that you're trying to leave and they're just constantly trying to do stuff to keep you down, you have to be able to bypass all that. I have to tell myself that a lot of times, bypass that. You're doing good. You're trying your best to do what you need to do. Don't worry about what other people think of you. Is what people think of you is never none of your business. How they're talking about you is how they see themselves. I have to keep telling myself that. That's why I try not, even with the people that have hurt me, I try not to say nothing bad about them. It took a long time for me not to do that. But then when you see that you have gotten into your power, even you can face your demons and be able to say, you are not the thing that motivates my tears. You're not things that motivate my smile. I'm just being here. It took me a long time to do that. And I proud, it was like when it happened, I was so proud of myself because I kept thinking about it. And God's like, look, you being a little bit arrogant. Don't do that, and I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. But you can't, you got to, and it was good because it's like when my situation came on, I knew I was being tested because I can hear a pin drop in the daggone room. Any other time when you're going about stuff, you hear your spirit guides and your angels and your intuition. They're like, shh, shh. Like, there's like, it's the cliffhanger of the movie and they're like, shh, be quiet. We want to see how this is going to go. We already know how it's going to go, but I'm going to see how it's going to play out on this, play it out again, and it's just like, when there's something you want in your life and you've been getting signs about it, it's already been written. Nobody can manipulate, nobody can take away from nothing. The only person that can do that is folks upstairs. That's the only people that can do it. They can maybe be able to slow it down a little bit, but it's all about the lessons learned, not allowing the left hand to know what the right hand's doing. Don't be arrogant towards somebody, getting smart, like, oh, this and that. I'd learn from that too. Don't allow yourself to do that because people will prey on it just when you sit up here and get smart. Oh, well, I hope this don't happen then since they want to talk, and then it end up happening. That's joke on you. Don't allow somebody, to stop and slow down your flow because they can't do nothing that you won't allow. If you don't open that door for that invitation, they can't do it. And I had to tell myself that don't get bothered about situations. It is what it is. You keep maintaining, you keep healing, keep focused on the positive and the narrative out of this situation, and it's going to take you places. Where you're trying to go. When you stay focused on that, that's why they say that, the windshield is so big and the rearview mirror is so small. What's behind you is not important. As long as you ain't allowing yourself to get hit by your blind sides, I'll be quick. You be like, oh, there ain't nobody over here. You end up going in another lane and it'll be a whole hot mess. Allow yourself to be focused on what's ahead of you. When you need to move over, allow yourself to look both sides before crossing. That's just even with your life. You ain't gotta, you don't have to be all up in that mess when people do stuff like that. You can be the hero of your story. You can allow yourself to be that example so other people can learn off of you of what they went through. And it's not like you're looking down at somebody, but you don't know. There's a lot of people that are coming behind you that's dealing with the worst stuff. We're going through stuff, and a lot of times we take it personal, even though it's happening to us. It's not personal. This is something that they learn. When somebody, something did something, like I think a lot of times when it comes to pedophiles, a lot of them, that's all they know because somebody done touched them in a weird kind of way and they did that. But it's like there's some people that has been touched that way and know how that violated them. So they never want to see something like that happen to them. Anybody else that comes in behind them. That's the reason why a lot of times this happens to you. So you can be that advocate to make sure people around you that's dealing with you don't get touched like that. A lot of times, all these different things is popped off, but you're going to be that example. If you're going to play the hero of your story, you never know. People are taking note. because they're dealing with things. Then they're trying to find out, how can I get out of that prison in my head? How can I get out of the prison of the situations that's going on that's no longer happening, but it's like replaying in my head? They're using what you're doing and how you're succeeding, you're overcoming, you're healing, you're uplifting. And they're saying, oh, okay, how they did it, I want to be like that too. And and that's what allows you to understand the bigger picture of what your situation had to transpire. These things had to happen to you for you to be able to help somebody else. A lot of time we feel like this is happening to us. It is happening to you, but you don't understand the depth of why you had to go through that struggle. It's just like, when I sit up here and see how God sacrificed himself. He did this to save us. Like, this ain't about him. This is about everybody just coming after him. And that's basically the things they were doing. Is like, God is in everybody. Even, whatever is going on is whatever is going on, but you can allow yourself to either be a victim of your circumstance, or you're going to be the hero that overcome your situations. It's just up to you. You write that story. You're the author. You're the screenwriter of the things that you want. Yes, things has happened in your life where you felt violated in so many ways, but it's either you can stay stuck in that hamster wheel of those situations, or you're going to find a strategy to get the heck out of that issue. Allow that to be able to be that advocate for somebody else that's coming behind you, because there's so many of us that are trying to find our way out of that box, because we're all hurting in some kind of way, and it's just like all of us are empaths. So we're learning. There's so many people like Roslynn, some across your channel, and I love what you're speaking on, because I speak my truth. Other people are out there doing it, but you're not doing it the way I am. I learn off of other people. Like I always say, I get props off of Ralph Smart, Till Swan, what is it? Kundalini Awakening, um, Doreen Virtue, Ralph Smart, Victor Otto, Aaron Dodgery, all these different folks, Trinius Henderson, all these different people that influence me. There's things while I'm going through, and I might need somebody to, if these things going on, somebody might have put a video out on it already. And somebody might not be watching, the ones that watch my videos might not be watching all theirs. So I'm just like, hey, I was watching this video and I was watching this, or even when I'm on one-on-ones with people and I got them where we are all attached, not all attached on Facebook Messenger, and I was sending this to them, or when I'm listening to a beautiful, powerful meditation, and I know, one of my soul brothers and sisters going through things, and a lot of us don't be vocal about the things we're going through, because we're like, damn, they're already going through enough. I don't need to add more to their problems. I always tell people, you need to talk to me. Look me up. You already know. I mean, not all the time. I mean, I got my own stuff going on. I'll get to you when I can get to you. But, a lot of times when I'm going through stuff, it makes me feel better when I can help somebody through there, and they don't give me the answer I need to get through my issue. So allow yourself to be the hero of your story. You the screenwriter. Shoot, you can write it how the heck you want to. But it's like, it's not going to pay anything. It's not going to make you any better to be a victim of anything. It'll just keep you in a situation you don't need to be in. Allow yourself to play your part. You write that story and you write it well. You may not be get an Oscar, Emmy, whatever you're trying to get towards to, but allow yourself to be that example, because there's so many people that are watching. They need somebody like you. You're watching this video for a reason. You make that choice on how you want to live your life. You make that choice on what path you want to stay on. You can get so many, lessons, and a lot of people are wondering why they all hell breaking loose in their life, because you're focused on the wrong things when they're clearly trying to tell you. They're clearly trying to tell you to do this, that, and the third, but you going opposite. And there's a lot of times when you trying to do the direction, sometimes you got to be able to surrender, allow yourself, like, look, I tried it my way, it ain't working. Okay, we just wanted to help you, and you want somebody to be able to help you. You have to be able to lower them guards down a little bit, because if you're so focused and stressed, and I've been there, when your twin flames trying to send you love, and your loved ones from the other side, of your spirit guides, your archangels, angels, God, universe, whatever, you have to lower those guards, because if you need that comfort and love that you need in your life, you're not going to get it if you keeping that field up, because it's going to block all of that, and it's going to just bring you more hellish stuff in your life that you don't even want to deal with. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content in this video. I hope y'all have a blessed, safe weekend. I'm going to try to do one more video. I think I'm going to go ahead and do one video. I know I said that the other day, but I looked at the time and I had other stuff I had to do. So I apologize for saying that when I didn't do it. But I would love to give a post notification shout out to Miss Ashley Marie. You know, she just subscribed to the channel. So if you're watching this video, welcome to the family. I haven't, stopped to reply to your comment yet because I just seen it. Welcome to the family. I always tell people, if you ever need to talk to me and you don't feel comfortable talking here, you can always look me up on Facebook and, Facebook Messenger, and you just hit me up and let me know, hey, I'm from the YouTube family, I'm the Heyoka tribe, whatever. And, I need to talk to you. It's fine. I'll try to help you out as best way I can. If you're overseas, I always tell people, please do it at a respectable time. There's a lot of times people on the other side of the world, I can understand the time difference, but I try to help people, but I always tell people, don't hit me up after 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, because I really don't feel talking like that. But if I'm up and I can, I don't mind the time, but please just be respectable at the time. I'm in Pacific Standard Time. Like right now is 8:22. So that allows you to know what time I am, it's Pacific Standard Time. So please be respectable, even if it's on the weekend. If you're married, I don't mind helping you, but I don't need no drama in my life. So allow that. It is only strictly networking and helping, because I've been getting some, I'm not interested. But anyways, I hope these are able to, resonate with you as well. Know that you are truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved. And knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray for everything that you're working hard on to manifest into the reality of your life. I hope it comes 10 times, 10 times bigger than what you expected. And it's right around the corner. Make sure you're giving out love, light, and positivity, as well as prosperity vibes. You never know, your kind words and your vibes can really take somebody a long way. And go ahead and drop me a line, subscribe, hit that notification bell, share, tell somebody about the channel. And I will see you on my next video. Much love, peace, be wild.